Hello and welcome! This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Hearts of Iron 4, continuing on with my Make Love, Not War series. And one thing I wanted to check on is I want to make sure that we have some factories being worked on while we're working on the airfields, which are getting close to being done, as a matter of fact. And I'm tempted to actually put another factory up in that queue, but yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I mean, it's going to be a while before we actually need those airfields. And right now, we're working on smashing these guys, which is going fairly well, I would say. Let's throw another division into that fight. All right, we've got 4 divisions over here. I'm going to go ahead and call these guys back and let these guys do their assault over here. That's fine. We should be able to fight them off easily. And, matter of fact, I'm going to reroute this one division and these 3 divisions back into here because there's not a whole lot here, and this guy's getting smashed. There we go. Alright, so I'll resend this guy over here because I do want 3 divisions over there. Alright, so this fight's going pretty well. I mean, everything's going pretty well. We've got good action up here in the north. Probably should send these guys in so that we can help out with this fight, maybe. The real problem is here. Oh, good. We actually have a push going. I'm going to send the tanks in. We might lose the city, but it's being defended a little bit. Because these guys, I think, will get wiped out if we make this push, so that's good. Alright. Right now, I think we're having a little bit of an issue because troops are being thinned out. Alright, so that push has been made. Let's go ahead and redirect the tank units here. And I want to do something with the tanks, so I'm going to have to think about what it is I want to do with them. So let's actually have them reroute all the way to... I'd like to do another encircle move if I can. The more divisions I encircle, the better. Should I send them up north, maybe? And help with the fighting up here? Like, we could do a big encircle push if I have troops here, and I just come like a nice left hook over here. I could capture all... I mean, I could trap all these troops. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all these divisions, and we're going to strategically redeploy up here. And then we can normally deploy them later. And these guys are also going to strategically redeploy in the same spot. And then we'll go from there. But I managed to get my offensive line to pretty much where my objectives were. We only have a couple spots left to push. And as I said, we can do this nice left hook and probably cut guys off and eliminate units. Speaking of eliminating units, it looks like we're doing a pretty good job of that right now. Am I being attacked here, or am I attacking? The Italians are attacking. Well, let's help them out by sending 7 divisions here. These guys are already getting beaten by the Italians, but we'll help out. And I don't see a reason why not to send these divisions in. And then these guys can just stay where they are for right now. Okay. Matter of fact, how about you cross the river and capture the city? And my ultimate objective down here is to capture the resources. Now, this is probably going to go to Turkey rather than me, but that's okay because it removes it from the Soviets, and this is their main supply of oil overall, so that's definitely good. And as a matter of fact, why don't you reroute to this area? And we have 3 divisions there. How about half of you come across this river and help with this fight? All right. Looking good. Go ahead and call them back. Matter of fact, I'd like to send these guys over here so we don't get cut off. All right, so this fighting is going pretty well. These guys can stay where they are for right now. And you guys can move up with the rest of your group. Okay, so gains in Turkey are looking pretty good. We managed to cut these guys off, which will be units that we eliminate. We managed to actually start pushing into Soviet territory. And the Turks and Italians are doing good work down here, going through Syria. And overall, looking pretty nice. There's some back and forth in Africa over here. As a matter of fact, the Americans have managed to push in here pretty decently, but hopefully the Italians can hold them off. And in any case, let's go ahead and take a look at our air campaign. Right now, we have missions going on over here, and there still is no air power resisting me, so that's good to see. Really, honestly, I'm pretty sure there's probably air stuff going on over northern France, which indeed there is. It looks like about a little under 700 going on over there. And then we've got a few hundred over the Benelux region. And then we've got a bunch over the eastern North Sea here. Ideally, we want to start causing casualties to the British and bring their fighters down. But right now, we've suffered so many casualties to our fighters. Some of it through the fighting in the east. You know, we've already taken casualties. Because I think the British are pretty much throwing everything they have at us. And I'm kind of holding back. So I'm playing more conservative. They're playing very aggressive. If I was ever able to take advantage, I could actually start really hurting them because they're probably using obsolete stuff to fight me. Oh, we're being attacked here. And hopefully it's going to get reinforced. At least, you know what? I think we need to draw the offensive line again here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these and delete them both. And then I'm going to grab the offensive line. I'm going to just draw it myself manually. Why is it saying red? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There. That should be good. I'm not sure why that turned red. At first I thought that was maybe something wrong. But then let's grab this army. And we're going to do a offensive line. You know what? I don't think we need an offensive line right now. I think we just need to get our troops distributed. And you guys, actually, I would prefer if you moved in where the fighting is happening. So that we can stop this. And you, don't move over there. This is not a territory that we're going to be holding. As a matter of fact, if I draw an offensive line now, I think they'll start preparing for it. So, actually, I would like them to draw an offensive line. I think one of the things we have to consider, though, is the fact that manpower is starting to be a problem. I don't know if we have enough manpower to actually make any more pushes. So I'm going to actually draw the line, but then I'm going to wait until troops are distributed to make the decision on whether we're going to do it. So what I'd like is to come across... How would I like to come across? I guess we go on the other side of the lake here. And come up to... Oh, stop it. There. That's the offensive line. It allows capture a couple cities. Now, honestly, Emphasizing up here in the north is probably more of a liability than it's worth, but for now, I think that's okay. And it looks like we managed to capture and eliminate these troops here, so that's perfect. Okay, well, I'm happy with the progress up there. Let's go ahead and come back. As a matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, how's my air stuff over here? So we're able to cover all of the area that we need to cover, which is great. So I'm not worried about directing more air forces. And right now, honestly, we don't have the stuff to do that with. All right. We're continuing. All right, so these guys are trying to redirect. We don't want them to be allowed to do that. So let's go ahead and send some divisions here just to pin them. And then these guys, I would like to do this advance eventually. Hills, okay. I guess I'll go ahead and make this push. Okay. So that was just a pinning move so that we can get our troops over. It's going to take them 15 hours. Okay. Now I could go all out here and try and smash these guys. Alternatively, I could start marching up here. Now these are mountains though, so that would take forever to do. But if I were able to march through here and here, we could cut these guys off, but I don't think that's likely to succeed. You know what? Let's try it. It wouldn't be the worst move. And what we could do is throw troops at these guys while we're doing that move. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to send all 4 divisions here. Then I'm going to send these 2 divisions across the river to hold onto the city. And we'll see. Maybe I can cut these guys off. So we'll put 2 divisions here, and maybe we'll be able to cut them off. All right, let's send these 3 divisions in there. All right, these guys are apparently not getting anywhere. So I'll just hold off. We can be patient here. The important thing is the cutoff. I want that to happen. All right, so there's 2 divisions. Let's send the other 2 divisions up here so that we actually accomplish the cutoff. All right. It looks like we're going to be able to manage it. And as long as we have these guys pinned down, they can't really respond. All right. With that in mind, I bet you my air forces here are not doing particularly well. As a matter of fact, let's see. They're probably not even impacting the enemy at this point. But the problem is, I don't have any airfields in Turkey that are any closer to the front. I'm going to actually have to capture an enemy airfield, it looks like. But I'm not sure where any are. So there might not be any over here. So this is going to be a little bit... I could grab these guys and tell them to come over here. And they should be able to make it, I would imagine. Yeah, they're fine with range. It's actually getting to the point where I might want to have more stuff over there. What I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to reroute them to this airport because I think that actually makes them a little bit closer to the front. Or, no, wait, we have one here. There we go. That gets them closer. We'll do that move, and then we can put bombers against them. Speaking of the bombers and stuff, Looks like... Yeah, it looks like we're doing pretty well here. A lot of troops being bombed. All right, well, let's go back up north. And it looks like... I'm going to assume all these guys have arrived. So now it's time for the right hook. Tanks. Is this an attack? This is an attack. Okay, good. We're going to move up here. And this is also an attack? Yeah. So the Italians are making some interesting moves. And I'm just going to have these guys kind of hang in these couple territories so that they can help defend if they need to. Why am I attacking here? There's... Maybe that was an attack I was doing before I started reordering things. Alright, well... Looks like the lines are getting redrawn. And I am not really all that confident how much more we can push here. You need to come over here, buddy. But, if I put more troops into this, maybe we can do it. We'll just have to see. But, let's go back to the, south here and see what we can do. Alright. Very close to being in position. Okay. I think it's time to stop the advance. Oh yeah, you guys... I would prefer it if you strategically redeployed over here. And then you guys... are going to strategically redeploy to the city. Then I'll start moving you over to where the oil is, which is over here, because I'll go through mountains to get there. Alternatively, I could send the motorized troops, but for now, they're going to stay where they are. Okay. Alright, I think it's time we called off... Well, I want the infantry to get where they are. Well, no, we'll call off the attack here. Okay. So these guys are going to start attacking, get beaten back. Alright, they're also attacking over here, which is going to allow me to do this. You know, I personally would prefer not to fight them in the mountains as the final killing blow, but we're going to have to make do with what we got here. And I have a lot of worn-out troops that need resting before they're ready to move. All right. United States, huh? What's going on? The United States isn't at war with me, are they? I haven't really been paying attention to that. Let's see. No, they're not at war with me. Matter of fact, a lot of the allies are not at war with me. Canada, South Africa, none of them are at war with me. Australia, New Zealand. And I think it's because Britain was the aggressor, and they don't really have the incentive to work. Matter of fact, maybe I should improve relations with some of these nations. So I'm going to improve relations with the Canadians. I'm going to improve relations with the South Africans. I might run out of political power to do too many of these. And then the Australians, I think, will do it. Let's see what our political power gain is. Oh, it's still pretty decent. So then finally, New Zealand. I haven't been working on the British Raj, but the British Raj might actually be at war with me. Let's see. Yeah, they are. So there's no need to improve relations with them because they're at war with me. Okay. And I did improve relations with the Benelux countries, and, well, I did with France, but it was too late, I think. Actually keep them out of the war, but if we take a look here, they actually like me. Some of it has worn off, but as you can see there, pretty good. And then Belgium here also kind of likes me, so... Well, that is the case. We're pretty good. I just need elections to happen, honestly, in Netherlands, and we might even be able to get them to flip to our side. Okay, so up north, forces are where they need to be. Let's go ahead and try and do the right hook here. We can do it here, but let's just go. I don't think that's a river crossing. It's actually hard to tell right now. Oh, you know what? We have a free move in here. How about you guys go in here instead? And you too. We might be able to do this right hook a little bit more effectively. Okay, we managed to get in there before they did. And then we'll do an attack here, and we'll be able to get these guys all stuck in where they are. Okay, that is done. Let's do this push here before these guys manage to retreat. And we'll go ahead and do this as well. Okay. Perfect. Pretty pleased with that. And as soon as these guys show up where they... Actually, as a matter of fact, I might as well just tell them to go now. And we'll cut these guys off, and then we'll finish them off once we get there. Okay. So that went well. How about you guys then, for me? Just stay where you are. Half of you, then half of you. Stay where you are. The rest of you are going to come over here, and then you guys are going to come over here. We're going to do a two-prong offensive. Starting here, and then just working our way through until we have them completely destroyed. Okay. The cutoff has worked. We're advancing here nicely. I figure we try this assault while we have the mountain troops here. And while we have a lot of units backing us up. And I'm going to send some cavalry into this fight. Okay. And motorized troops. I need you to drive towards the oil. So where is the oil officially? It is right here. So I'm going to try and keep that in mind. And you guys come through to there. And I'm hoping there's absolutely no Soviet troops in between me and the oil. And we'll go ahead and take that. And then we'll probably disperse and just take the area in general. And then resources-wise, they have some more oil over here and then some more over here. That's probably going to take more doing to get. But the more important bit is this. And that should, in my mind... Oh, speaking of that, the oil. So, United States has cut off its trade, it looks like. Because I don't even see them listed. Oh, there they are. But maybe our relations have... Oh, you know what? I should probably improve relations with the United States to keep them out. I thought I already did that, though. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I did, but it didn't really work, I guess. So, let's take a look at the trade here. So, Venezuela has more than enough to give us, it looks like. Well, I say that. We're going to probably have to trade with a couple different nations. So, we're going to take that from Venezuela. Iran will take some. And then we're in trouble. Iraq may be able to give us a little bit. And I'm not going to take Italian oil yet. All right, we'll see what that gets us. But maybe once we take this oil, we can trade with Turkey for oil. They might not initially get it. Or it might take time, but we'll just have to see. All right. Come back up north. See how things are going. But that oil is going to start hurting my production. Okay. So right now we're short 16 oil. Well, I can actually deal with that. By getting refineries. So synthetic refinery. We'll build one here. Actually, scrap that. Build one here. And build another one here. And we're going to go ahead and grab those. I forget how much oil they actually produce. 5. All right, so we're going to need more than that. But for now, I'll put them towards the top. And we'll work on those until they're done. And then we'll see, oil trade-wise, how much we can improve things. But, yeah, the U.S. cutting us off from oil is a little bit of a problem. All right, then we're going to go ahead and with this group, cut down. And with this group... Oh, they must have pushed here, because I don't remember them being like this. Well, I think the tanks are already routing to move in there, so we'll let them do that move. And we'll move in here with these guys. And then, as a matter of fact, when the tanks are done with this move, I would like them to come up there. Alright. So this is Operation Smash Soviet troops that are caught over here. Our defense is holding out pretty well. So far, so good for the most part. Alright. I do recognize a problem here. They're trying to regain land. We'll try and stop them. Alright, well that worked pretty easily. Oh. Turks took some territory here that they are now having to defend. Let's send these troops here and these troops over there to help defend. And this is where the AI is starting to fail me a little bit. They're not actually holding the line how they should be, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, look at this hole on our line. Okay. And we're working to cut these guys down. We'll eventually get it. This is more than enough troops to hold out, I think. Alright. Return back down south. Alright, so we're having to defend here. And mountain troops. You know, do me a favor. Can you move here, then here? And then you cut these guys off entirely. And mountain divisions. I would like it if you strategically redeployed to here. I don't see any ports over here, so it's going to be hard to keep these guys supplied. And then we're going to need some more strategic redeploying, I think. So why don't you strategically redeploy to here? And I could start pushing things, I think. I'm just not sure where to begin. I'm going to put some divisions here. And one here. So I think probably the next move is this city and everything that's on the other side of the river here. But for now, we're pushing for the oil, and that's what it's all about. And we're also pushing to cut these guys off, which it looks like that worked. Oh, research. Crap. All right, so first this one. I think we just finished this, so we might as well work on it. So we've got encryption. And don't know if I'm ready to work on decryption yet, but I don't think it could hurt. I was thinking about doing rocketry, as it takes so little time with the 50% off. I'm very tempted to do that. What is our other research projects looking like? We've got 39 days. All right, I'll do the decryption just to get it out of the way. But a little bit bummed about that. Okay, so construction here. I guess we go ahead and do some more synthetic refineries. Just to make things a little bit more even. I'll put one in Slovenia here. And, oh, we need to put that at the top, otherwise it will never get worked on. And that will be our prime construction for right now. All right. Now, the one thing I've been noting is in Soviet territory, I'm not getting any factories from my conquests. And let's see why that is. So if I remember correctly, you click on a state, and I think at this point you can choose. Ah, here we go. So we've got gentle for the most part. Okay, that works for me. So we get... Okay, so if we did gentle list, we wouldn't get as much resources, manpower, or factories. If we do harsh, I don't see the point of not doing harsh, you know? Other than it maybe consumes political power. Because you get... Oh, there's less manpower. I see. As you are more harsh, you get less manpower out of it. Okay, I see how that works now. So you're more effectively able to recruit troops if you hold off. Alright, I'm going to take half these guys. Put them there. Half these guys here. You know, with the AI, sometimes I really wonder how effective they are being at holding the line and putting troops where they need to be. Kind of bothers me sometimes, but this is getting a little bit beyond what I can micromanage, I think, so. Alright, so these guys have been wiped out. Not exactly sure what we need to do now. We need to work towards actual objectives. Wiping out units is great and fine, but what I'm grabbing territory-wise is completely and totally useless to me. And right now, you know, a big strength the Soviets have, they have the ability to put out a lot of units because they have a lot of manpower. Now, if I'm hurting their factories, it does limit how much of that manpower they can actually use effectively. But I think we need to start thinking about down south here where there's actual attainable objectives that will further the cause in some way or another. For instance, taking cities and getting towards Moscow, which is right down here. Once we get on this river, I think we're pretty much golden. As a matter of fact, I could modify my offensive line so that we're not pushing so hard up in the north. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let me go ahead. I'm going to delete this. No. Maybe I didn't have the right unit selected. Okay. Delete this line. There we go. Offensive line. So we're going to draw the line across here, through here, all the way across here to the lake. But then at this point, I think I'm going to start kind of cutting it like that. So it's not quite as aggressive in the north. And we do this push instead. Okay. And I need to move these guys out. You guys need to move in. I guess I have to split these guys up. So half of you go over here. Half of you go over here. And the Italians, they can do whatever the crap they want to do. I don't care. But these guys, though, you know what? Just your strategic deploy. So we're just going to grab everyone here. And you're going to strategic redeploy. And I think the more important advances here are towards the cities. I could try and go for encircling moves to try and eliminate units again, and it's always important to do that. If I were to do that, I would want to not attack across a river, though. So the easier encircling move would probably be over here somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and have them strategically redeploy down here. And then I'll probably put a unit here and a unit here and then try and do an encircling move here. So we can gain good ground up in the north and then focus our attention in the south. All right. Well, with that done, let's go ahead and come back down to the south here. Where we're making... All right, so these guys are trying to be clever here. Let's push them. Ah, that's what I didn't want to see. Well, we grab the oil. Now it's time to make sure that they don't cut us off. So, you guys come into here. Okay, you guys stay where you are. I think. Not actually sure what to do here. How about you guys go there? And half of you go there. Don't want these guys just coming across here. Alright. Half of you come with me. Alright, so we did redirect some planes over here. Let's get them going in Caucasus region. And let's see how that is going. So we're pretty desperate range-wise. But that's the closest I can get. I could do air power down here. You know what? That wouldn't be a bad call. Let's, this is the Middle East. Instead do the Middle East. I'm sure the range isn't great there either because... Yeah. But there shouldn't be any planes here, I don't think. Not that I can tell. Alright, screw it. Go to the Caucasus region. That's where we're fighting. Let's focus there. Alright. Italians are making headway. How's our air fighting going on over here? There we go. Looks like we're still not having any resistance and we're doing a lot of work bombing the south. Oh, and I've been going a little overly long on this one, so I probably should wrap it up. But, just let's go ahead and take a look at the situation with the war here. So we've got United Kingdom. So far, we have no progress either way towards any objectives because we're not actually taking British or French territory. We're just taking colonial territory, which doesn't, I think, have effect on this. Casualties-wise, we have about 271,000 for the United Kingdom and 100,000 for the French. The Italians have lost 167,000, so they have lost more than the French. The Turks have lost 92,000. I don't think we've lost much at all. Let's see if we can find us. 67,000. But we're also not doing much towards the war participation, whereas the Italians are, I think, leading. But it's kind of widely dispersed. It's hard to say if you actually tabulated up the numbers here. Casualties are probably pretty close, if not in the Allies' favor, possibly. Now, the Soviet campaign's a little bit different. First off, we've taken a decent amount of territory. And war participation is going to be a little bit different here. Italy only has 12%, and we have 53%. Now, you also have to consider Japan has 20%. Now, we've lost 356,000, and the Soviets have lost more than 2.5 million. And then a lot of their allies are more or less wiped out completely, with only Mongolia and Xinjiang here still around, although barely so. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.